Julie. How are you? I'm just waiting for my co-host to join me. So nice
Good morning.
Yeah, so nice to see you. How are you doing?
Okay.
It's a Sunday morning.
I'm putzing with my flowers. Have not taken a shower.
That's awesome.
I'm like, okay, I will show up and I will listen.
Awesome. Yeah, we Taylor joins me. She's my co-host. She's in Tennessee and she has 3 rambunctious boys. So she's usually cutting it kind of close first thing in the morning. So I'm waiting for her. We try to keep it interesting. Hey Taylor, what's happening, girl?
Hi, good morning.
Let me see that belly.
We're here.
Look at that. That oven is full.
Yeah, we're not even halfway.
So we've been joined by Julie. Now Julie is the CEO of Compass locally. So
fun. Welcome, Julie.
Awesome? Yep.
Good morning, Miss Taylor.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's awesome to have her. Quiet One is coming in now. I'm going to, you guys can chat. I'm actually going to
hello, Quiet One.
Kick off the live stream. Taylor and I were talking earlier a little bit about should I tell them, Taylor, what we were talking about earlier? It's really kind of funny. We were talking about a date I had last night. You know, I mean, like,
apparently you met the epitome of Karen last night.
There are some names that, you know, I mean, have you noticed, like, for me, like in my life and in my circles, there are certain names of people I am not around ever, you know.
Yeah.
I don't have any friends and have never had a lover called this or that, right? And you have certain connotations about, you know, about people who are named certain things, and you think, nah, there's nothing to that. And then
what's in a name?
And then you go
what's in a name? I love it.
And then you go on a date with them and you're like, wow, there really is something to this name thing.
It happens on occasion. It happens on occasion. A personality really coincides with the name. And even the sound of some names irk me. Like they just irk my mind. I'm like, wrong way.
It's really kind of scary, especially as a mom and a soon-to-be mom of 4. Is that right, Taylor?
Yeah.
So choosing a name is so stressful. It should be one of those joyous moments, but you're like, how am I going to name this little human? I don't want them to be predisposed to any negative things, like what's in a name.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have, you know, my youngest son, I named Phoenix Chiron. And the name, you know, essentially kind of came to me. And I thought, wow, Chiron is the wounded healer. And I always hoped, you know, as he was born, that wouldn't affect him. And then flash forward 2 years later, and he's battling liver cancer with a name that literally was in a
the Greek story of
the Greek mythology of Prometheus and Zeus's eagle, and him replacing, you know, Prometheus. And as a centaur, his life was eternal. He bound himself to this rock for his liver to be eaten day in and for it to grow back every night. And my son received a full liver transplant. And I was like, well, you know, what's in a name? Apparently Phoenix took the name and was like, let me transform it completely.
Yeah.
So yeah, picking names is hard.
Yeah, I was like, wow, you really. Some
of the names I read, I just send to people like, would you ever name your kid this? And I'm like, how? The names, there's 3,000 names I have to go through, and all of them are like, what the heck? Yeah.
Well, you know, but naming him Phoenix was really awesome and powerful in and of itself. And then you add to it, Phoenix Chiron. Let's just add a whole other layer of.
I mean, I remember when we discovered the story of the liver, and it was, the liver already has such a, of it, all the organs that he got cancer of in my lineage, it was already really powerful and potent to my story.
Yes.
And to his story. Yeah. And so the fact that coincided both, it was wild. And Phoenix, who, was able to transmute it, turn it to ash, and rebirth from it. And now he's, the craziest 5-year-old you've ever seen.
He's 5 years old. He's fully recovered. He's cancer-free.
Yeah.
And he's running around like a little crazy man all the time. Just full of life, driving his mom and dad crazy because he gets into all kinds of things. He's an adventurous, energetic, creative, young kid who's kind of living his life to its fullest every single moment of the day. So that's Phoenix, rose from that. So it was just really interesting in the first few years of his life, how he really carried out the names, like the names that he was given really were playing out.
Truly.
Very first years of his life. So
my second son is also playing out his name. His middle name is Chance, and he's having his last chance right now. This is your last chance.
Oh yes, I know who you're talking about.
What do you need? Where's my underwear? Where is your underwear? I want you to know that we are live on Facebook.
Yeah. So just keep it in check, boys. There's a lot of estrogen in the room right now.